Welcome back to Elden Drink, where we mix cocktails for all of Elden Ring's most infamous bosses. Today, we have the Elden Ring version of the fairly famous Soulsborne Ring wolf bosses. I feel like there's one in every game. There's always a wolf type boss, Sith being the most famous. But for this one, we have the Red Wolf of Radagon. The Red Wolf of Radagon is largely billed as a pet, essentially, and he is left behind when he jilts or otherwise leaves Queen Renala, as we did drink for previously. Whether he's left behind intentionally as a parting gift or is just forgotten, it's unclear. It's also unclear if he even is simply a pet. There are some fan theories out there that this red wolf is actually something more than a pet, something more than just a red wolf, but I'll let you discover those on your own. This is a very simple cocktail to make. It's basically just 2 or 3 ingredients, 2 with the bonus ingredient. First, you'll want to start with 2 ounces of unaged whiskey, also possibly better known as white dog. So you can add that now. Now, because the whiskey is unaged, you're going to get a lot of those grain flavors. So it really depends what type of whiskey you pick. Here I recommend a rye. I think that spicy flavor of the rye grain will add to this cocktail the best. But feel free to substitute with more like a bourbon or maybe a malt as you would prefer. Because again, since it's not aged, it's not mellowing at all. You're not getting any of those barrel flavors, char flavors you traditionally associate with whiskey. You're just gonna get those grain flavors. It's gonna be very grain forward. So make sure you pick a grain you prefer, or just a rye, as I think it complements this cocktail best. So that's our first ingredient. There's really only 2 main ingredients here. So our second is Mountain Dew Code Red. You're just going to the top with this. And I think you can see where I'm going here with the white dog and the Code Red. I don't think I have to explain that further. You can go ahead and top with that. It's probably going to be about 6 to 8 ounces or so. You can also kind of do this to taste. Again, always make sure your glass is nice and filled with ice, especially for tall drinks like this. For a tall drink like this, if you don't fill the glass with ice, like the 6 to 8 ounces or so that you're putting in here, up to 10 ounces total, isn't really going to fill the glass very well. So you really want to make sure you have the ice in there. Both it keeps the drink cool and fills the glass for presentation purposes. So give that a stir. And then finally, a squeeze or a drop of lemon juice. I feel like it helps balance out the cocktail a little bit better than just the 2 ingredients alone. So you can get that squeeze in there. And then you can go ahead and give that another little stir. Finally, you can top with a straw if desired. And with that, you have your Red Wolf of Radagon cocktail. Enjoy, fellow tarnished. Fun fact, actually, about this Red Wolf of Radagon cocktail is that the term Mountain Dew was originally used in Appalachia to refer to unaged whiskey. And when the drink we now know today as Mountain Dew was originally invented, it was invented to be a mixer for Mountain Dew. That's why they called it Mountain Dew, kind of a little tongue-in-cheek. So in that vein, this drink can actually be thought of as a variation on one of America's oldest cocktails, Mountain Dew with Mountain Dew. But as always, like and subscribe to be summoned for our next boss.